How's everyone doing? It's good to see everyone.
Yeah, good to see you.
We love you, Katie. We love you, damn it.
Oh, absolutely. Dan, it's really interesting, right? Because like anytime you work on something that's based on something that kind of existed, there's this ping pong match of whether, you're going to look at the original source material. You know what I did there? Absolutely. Yeah, there's this ping pong match.
And you kind of sounded like walking. Dan.
You know what I did there. I'm really happy. That was planned. That was great. But like, do you think about the John Grisham book a lot with this? Do you think about the original source material, the stuff that came before? Or do you just think about this USA Network, Rainmaker adaptation? Like, will you book this?
That's a funny question, man. Were you trying to do walking at the beginning there?
I wasn't trying to do walking, but it was a Balls of Fury reference for sure.
Yeah, you definitely went there with your tonality. I couldn't help but see the Rainmaker movie when I was a younger man, and it made a big impact because that was Coppola, and it was a fantastic cast, and I got to see it was on HBO at the time when I saw it, and they did it behind the scenes, so that was really helpful as a young actor. I saw these crazy scenes where Matt Damon was like had a rock stuck in the back of his pants during all of those like courtroom interrogation scenes, and so that he looked like he had a rock in his back. All these things. Great acting tips from that movie. So I couldn't help but be influenced by it. And then so when I got the gig, I was just so pleasantly excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And the part that I got to play is different than, like, I'm usually running from these people, and, like now I got to have that, see what it felt like to play a part like that. It was really cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Robyn, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. And, it's interesting, right? Because I'm always interested when you officially start getting scripts for this, right? You're kind of researching them, you're using them as textbooks, right? And then at some point, everything's kind of brought to life when you go to production, right? So with the Rainmaker specifically, what was that script to screen-like journey for you specifically from a storyteller perspective?
I mean, I think it was great. The scripts were so great when they were like coming through. And like, I think what is so good about them is that like the John Grisham characters, and then the characters are just so distinctive, and everyone that they got to play the parts were just so perfect. Like so perfect. Like you got all the right energies and everything like that. So I think it was I think they did a really good job of just getting the right people together, and the scripts were so great anyway that it was just like quite an easy jump and transition.
All right. I guess now I have to ask PJ a question, right? I have no choice now, right?
I don't need you. I don't need you in my life anymore.
I think we need each other. We're good. We do.
No, I've never met a bad Pete. My grandfather is Pete. I say this all the time. I've never met a bad Pete. It's true. It's true.
It's really funny, by the way. Pete. I'm 2 for 2 now with PJ Byrne interviews where someone says I sound like a radio guy or Christopher Walken. When we did that first interview, you were like, you sound like a radio man from the 70s. And then Dan's like, you sound like Christopher Walken. I think I'm onto something here.
Do.
I'm proud of you. We're both proud. What we want to say. We're really proud of you, Petey.
I really appreciate that. Well, I'm proud of you because I just feel like you're everywhere all the time. You know what I mean?
That's 3 children, guys. That's 3 children. I gotta figure out a way to pay for these children.
I guess my question for you specifically with the Rainmaker is
what?
That balance, right? Of, law procedural, the courtroom scenes, and then that kind of funny comedic component, because a lot of these dramas now, I feel like the comedy is kind of seeping in a little bit. You know what I mean? So what was that like for you specifically with this? Because this had some funny moments in it. Like, I thought it was pretty funny.
I appreciate that. I mean, everyone has a sort of element that gets their chance on our show to be a little humorous, which I really like a lot. For me personally, that's the sweet spot I like to act in. Like Wolf of Wall Street, you can make an argument. Is it a comedy? Is it a drama? I always love MASH. I like to act in that world because to me, that's the most natural acting there is, because moments are horrible, but yet they're funny, and moments are like really happy yet you're crying. I think that's the most natural way to exist. And the beauty of this, the showrunner is Michael Seitzman, and we've worked together before, so he kind of knows my voice a little bit, and we have a good way of sort of doing each other's words. And thank you so much. They're delivering my clothes. So The point of all
So
this
busy,
is,
guys. Sorry.
I'm busy. I'm shooting right now. We're just shooting right now. Three kids, guys. Get the hell out of my trailer. I'm working here. That's how I interact with people. Anyway, the point of all that is Michael gives me a little space to add stuff, but he kind of knows my voice already, so I don't have to really do a lot of total improvising because he kind of knows what I'm gonna kind of let out of my mouth anyway. So it's kind of that perfect show.
Dad, my question for you kind of has to do a little bit about that. I mean, you have an incredible body of work of different genres, different worlds, different characters. It's all storytelling at the end of the day. But do you bring mindsets or preparation from past things like Fantastic Beasts, like Balls of Fury, Fanboys to something like the Rainmaker, or are they completely like separate once you wrap them?
Interesting. Well, I guess the confidence. That's what it is. That's what you bring to the next gig. You're like, oh, I did that. I work with that person. I can deal with this kind of stress right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, you learn certain things with each gig, definitely, that you take to the next gig. That's why I love it. You get to go to these places. We shot in Dublin. I've never been there for a long amount of time. It was freaking great. And you get new skills, you prove yourself. Like each time you get an adventure and you prove to yourself, okay, I can do that. I can play this part. And then you take that confidence to the next gig.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's well said. And before we wrap as well, Robyn, I do want to ask you, because when I'm watching this as like a viewer, you feel like sometimes like you're like a lawyer, right? Figuring it out and looking at everything. And you're very conscious as an audience member of what's going to happen and like maybe twists and turns with some of the characters. I know you try not to do this as an actor because you're focusing on your character. But Robyn, are you ever conscious of the audience member watching The Rainmaker while you're making it? Or does that happen a little bit more after you wrap, so to speak?
Yeah, I don't think when I'm making it, I'm thinking too much. I'm kind of just like trying to be in the bubble and trying to just do the job to justice. So yeah, I don't think I'm thinking too much about the audience then. Probably a bit more after. Just like, I hope everyone likes it and enjoys it.
Oh, it's great. Everyone did an amazing job. Robyn did an amazing job. Milo did an amazing job. USA Network, and then they're going to be episodes going to be available on Peacock for people to check out as well. Robyn, PJ, Dan, so great chatting with all of you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.